Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been on everyone's mind lately: inflation and its impact on personal savings and grocery shopping. If you've ever felt like your paycheck is shrinking while your grocery bill is ballooning, you're not alone. This video aims to shed light on how inflation affects our everyday financial decisions, especially when it comes to saving money and shopping for essentials. Now, you might be wondering why this topic is so relevant right now. With prices rising on everything from bread to bananas, understanding inflation is crucial for making informed choices about your finances. We'll explore how inflation can erode your savings and what that means for your budget. Spoiler alert, it's not just about the price of avocados. But don't worry, we're not here to bore you with dry statistics and economic jargon. Our approach is both humorous and educational. We believe that learning about inflation doesn't have to feel like a trip to the dentist. Instead, we'll sprinkle in some light-hearted anecdotes and relatable examples to keep you engaged while we tackle this serious subject. After all, who said personal finance couldn't be fun? By the end of this video, you can expect to gain valuable insights into how inflation impacts your personal savings and grocery shopping habits. We'll provide practical tips on how to navigate these challenges, helping you make smarter financial decisions. Whether you're a seasoned budgeter or just starting to take control of your finances, there's something here for everyone. So grab a snack, preferably one that won't break the bank, and let's get started on this journey to financial savvy. Let's break down the concept of inflation in a way that's easy to grasp. At its core, inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises, leading to a decrease in purchasing power. In simpler terms, it means that over time, your money buys less than it used to. Imagine you could buy a candy bar for $1 last year, but this year, that same candy bar costs $1.20. That's inflation at work. To illustrate this further, think about your weekly grocery shopping. If you used to spend $50 on a cart full of items, but now you find yourself spending $60 for the same items, inflation is likely the culprit. It's like a sneaky little gremlin that makes your dollar bills feel lighter every year. Now, let's take a quick look at the historical context of inflation. Throughout history, we've seen various inflationary periods, from the hyperinflation in Germany during the 1920s to the more recent trends we've experienced in the last couple of years. After the pandemic, many countries saw a spike in inflation rates, driven by supply chain disruptions and increased demand. This has made it a hot topic in news headlines and everyday conversations. For those of you who might not be familiar with economic terms, think of inflation as a balloon. When you blow air into it, it expands, just like prices do when inflation rises. But if the balloon pops, that's like a sudden economic crisis, leading to deflation, where prices drop and can cause its own set of problems. Understanding inflation is essential for making informed financial decisions. By recognizing how it affects your purchasing power, you can better navigate your budget and savings. So, let's keep this conversation going and explore how we can manage our finances in an inflationary world. The $10,000 savings dilemma. Let me take you back to a time when I was feeling pretty proud of myself. I had finally saved up $10,000. I remember thinking, wow, I'm basically a financial guru now. I envisioned all the things I could do with that money, maybe a down payment on a house, a fancy vacation, or even a lifetime supply of pizza. But then, inflation came along like an uninvited guest at a party, and suddenly, my dreams started to feel a bit deflated. Picture this, I'm sitting at my kitchen table, sipping coffee, and scrolling through my favorite online store. I see a shiny new gadget that costs $500. No problem, I think, I've got $10,000 saved. But then, I remember that just a few months ago, that same gadget was only $400. Cue the dramatic music. My savings were losing value faster than I could say. Inflation. Have you ever had a similar experience? Maybe you saved up for a new car, only to find that the price had jumped by thousands while you were still counting your pennies. It's like watching your savings do the cha-cha dance away from you, and you're left standing there, confused and slightly frustrated. This is why understanding how inflation affects savings is so crucial. It's not just about having a big number in your bank account, it's about what that number can actually do for you in the future. If inflation continues to rise, that $10,000 might feel more like $7,000 in purchasing power before you know it. So, let's embrace the humor in this frustrating situation and learn how to make our savings work harder for us. After all, we want our money to grow, not shrink. Join me as we explore strategies to combat inflation and keep our hard-earned savings intact. Grocery store reality check. Let's talk about the grocery store. Once a place of joy and delicious possibilities, now often feels like a battlefield of rising prices. If you've been grocery shopping lately, you've probably noticed that your favorite items are costing more than ever. Remember when a dozen eggs was just a couple of bucks? Well, now it feels like you need to take out a small loan just to make an omelette. Take a look at some common items: milk, bread, and chicken. Just a year ago, you might have paid around $3 for a gallon of milk, but now it's creeping closer to $4 or even $5 in some places. And don't get me started on bread. What used to be a $2 loaf is now pushing $3.50. It's enough to make you consider baking your own, but let's be real, who has the time for that? So, how do we navigate this grocery store reality check without breaking the bank? First, budgeting is key. Start by making a list before you head out. Stick to it like your life depends on it, because, let's face it, your wallet does. Another tip is to embrace store brands. They often offer the same quality at a fraction of the price. And let's not forget about the power of sales and coupons. It's like a treasure hunt every time you shop. Have you ever found yourself doing a little victory dance in the aisle when you snag a great deal? Those moments are what keep us going. We've all had those grocery shopping experiences where we leave the store feeling like we just fought a financial war. But by being smart about our choices and understanding how inflation impacts our everyday shopping, we can still fill our carts without emptying our wallets. So, let's tackle those rising costs together and keep our grocery game strong. Practical tips for managing inflation. As we navigate the choppy waters of inflation, it's essential to arm ourselves with practical strategies to protect our savings and manage our finances effectively. The good news is that there are actionable steps we can take to weather this economic storm. First up, let's talk about investment options that can help hedge against inflation. One popular choice is real estate. Property values often rise with inflation, making real estate a solid long-term investment. If buying property isn't feasible, consider real estate investment trusts, REITs, which allow you to invest in real estate without the hassle of being a landlord. Another option is commodities, like gold or silver, which tend to hold their value during inflationary periods. Even stocks in companies that have a history of increasing dividends can be a smart move, as they often keep pace with rising costs. Next, it's time to reassess your budgeting strategies. If you haven't updated your budget in a while, now is the perfect time. Take a close look at your spending habits and identify areas where you can cut back. Maybe that daily coffee run can be swapped for a homemade brew. Small changes can add up to significant savings over time. Additionally, consider setting aside a portion of your income specifically for emergencies. This cushion can help you navigate unexpected expenses without derailing your financial plans. Finally, let's highlight the importance of financial literacy in navigating these economic changes. The more you understand about inflation and its effects, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions. Take the time to educate yourself through books, podcasts, or online courses. Knowledge is power, and it can help you feel more confident in your financial choices. By implementing these practical tips, you can better manage your finances during inflationary periods and protect your hard-earned savings. Let's take control of our financial futures together. As we wrap up our discussion today, let's take a moment to summarize the key points we've covered regarding inflation and its impact on our everyday lives. We've seen how inflation can erode the value of our savings, making that hard-earned money feel lighter in our pockets. We also explored the rising costs of groceries, where items we once took for granted now come with a hefty price tag. It's clear that understanding inflation is crucial for making informed financial decisions. But don't worry. We've also shared practical tips to help you navigate these challenges. From investment options that can hedge against inflation to reassessing your budgeting strategies, there are actionable steps you can take to protect your finances. Remember, financial literacy is your best ally in these uncertain times, empowering you to make choices that benefit your future. If you found this video helpful, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more financial insights. By hitting that like button, you not only show your support but also help others discover this valuable information. Sharing this video with friends and family can spark important conversations about managing finances during inflation, and who knows, you might just help someone else feel more confident about their financial journey. Don't forget to explore our related content on the channel. We have plenty of videos that dive deeper into budgeting, investing, and other essential financial topics. Whether you're looking to sharpen your money management skills or simply want to stay informed about economic trends, there's something here for everyone. Let's continue this journey together, empowering ourselves with knowledge and strategies to thrive in an ever-changing financial landscape. Your financial future is bright, and we're here to help you navigate it.